Hi, I'm Jennifer Cooper of JKC Mobile Notary, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to talk about the 10 most frequently asked questions of a notary. You want answers? I've got them. Let's go. Hi everybody, I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so glad that you're here to learn about some of the things people ask notaries on a regular basis. Now, some of these questions might seem stupid. They're not stupid, because most people, until they need a notary, have never encountered a notary or know what a notary's true job or purpose is. And so they request a lot of interesting information or things of me that I cannot do. So I'm excited to share these with you. We're gonna kind of just go through them one at a time, and shouldn't be a super long video, but I'm happy that you're here while you're here. Okay, so the first question I get is, what can you notarize? And the answer is pretty much anything. I can't notarize vital statistic documents like birth certificates, things like death certificates. I can't notarize those. But most everything else, you can handwrite your will or anything you want. Sorry, I'm stumbling, but anything you want can be notarized. The second question I get a lot is, can you provide documentation? And the answer is no. God, I wish I could. It would make my life so much easier, and yours. I get people all the time calling, can you do a quick claim deed for me? Sure, I can notarize it, but I can't provide it. I can't provide power of attorneys. I can't provide wills. They all put me in the area of unauthorized legal practices, and I have to stay away from that because I am not a lawyer. A notary is not a lawyer in any way, shape, or form, and we have laws and legalities we have to follow. So that is not something I can do. So that ties right into, what should I do about this legal issue? I might know. The thing is, I might know, but I can't tell you because of the unauthorized practice of law. So I'm not going to say, well, you should call, I might say you should call an attorney or a paralegal, but I'm not going to go much past that. Can you explain these documents to me? This kind of lands us in the same as legal questions. It's not within my purview to explain a document to you. My role as a notary is to verify you are who you say you are and that the document is complete. When it comes to loan signings, I can give an overview of what the document is, but that's about as far as I can go. Okay, but I am completely prohibited from advising. Next question is, why do you need my physical ID? Why won't a picture work? And this is a great question, especially as so much of our world is going digital. In California, we are not there yet. We can do online signings like iPen, that kind of thing, but we don't have online notarization stamps. We don't have online ability to notarize online yet. And California is requiring a physical car ID. So it could be your driver's license, your California ID, or any state, your passport. There's a whole list of them. You can check them out on my website, and I'll leave that link down below. Why do you need to take my thumbprint? In California, notaries must take a thumbprint for a deed, quitclaim deed, deed of trust, and other documents related to real property. Also, all forms of power of attorney require a thumbprint impression. The thumbprint isn't going anywhere. Even though all my stuff is all digital, it's not going to the FBI or anywhere else. It's staying with my journal, and unless it's subpoenaed by law enforcement, it doesn't go anywhere. So, and I take a thumbprint for everything. It's really for your protection more than anything else. Why can't you use this form as it is? Okay, this is specifically about some documents you get online or you get from lawyers that have a notarization form on the back, and there's a block of information on that California has specific rules I have to follow. So if the notarization form doesn't fall within California's standards, I'll have to provide one for you. It's a pretty simple swap out. It's not a big deal, but that's why that happens. Some people sometimes the forms aren't big enough to fill out the information we need to fill out. And I know the DMV has an issue with attaching a document. Some places have a problem with attaching documents, but if I can't adequately notarize that document in the space provided, or because the language isn't correct, then I have to provide a attachment, if that makes sense. How much do you charge? This is the most asked question I get. And I can understand why. You know, everybody's got a budget, and you can't possibly understand what a notary is going to charge if you haven't worked with one. In California, the standard fee for notarization is $15 per signature per stamp. That means if you have 4 documents and 4 people are signing it, and all 4 of those documents have to be notarized, you take 15 times 4 times 4. If that makes sense. Also, I am a mobile notary, so I assess a travel fee in addition to that. And that is based on the miles I am driving to and from the signing. And I have a fee schedule that you can find also linked in the description down below. Another question is, why do you need to be able to communicate with a signer? This comes up mostly when I'm doing power of attorneys or any kind of end-of-life documentation at nursing homes or in hospitals. When I get those calls, one of my first questions is, can the signer communicate with me? Because I need to make sure they understand what they're signing. I need to make sure that they're doing it without being in distress or undue influences. So I have to be able to talk to the person whose name I am notarizing. That's why I have to do it. And I can use my discretion and how I feel comfortable with that. I can use the nod of the head. I can use the blinking of eyes. But I can also say I'm not going to notarize here if there are what I feel like people are saying, Mom, remember you need to sign these documents for us? I'm going to say, this is a power of attorney. Are you aware what you're signing? And they need to be able to acknowledge that. And I might ask people to leave the room just to ensure that I'm getting an absolute clear picture of whether or not the signer is able and willing to sign these documents. Last question. There's a lot more, but these are the most asked. Why can't I use a translator? This falls right in with the line with the previous one, is I have to be able to communicate with the signer. And California doesn't allow us to use a translator or a translator app. Specifically for anything I have to notarize, I have to be able to communicate with a signer. I am currently working at becoming completely fluent in Spanish, but as of right now, that's not the case. So I have to be able to talk to the signer. So those are the most asked questions I get as a notary, and I hope that those answers help make sense. This was not a very long video. Aren't you glad for that? Because this would be a lot of questions if I listed all of them. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. You can contact me down below. All of my contact information is there. And until next week, I can't wait to see you again. Take care and have a good day.